Hey, funk you, Cleveland! Woo! Let's start the season.
Start the fuck again.
Let's start the season.
Start the fuck again.
Let's start the season.
Woo! Start the fuck again.
Let's start the season.
Come
on in Cleveland. We're gonna funk you. Oh!
Start the fucking game.
Start the fucking game. Woo! Cleveland Browns, dog pound rats. Will we be happy or sad? Welcome everybody! Woo! Yeah! Dog Pound Rants off-season edition. Woo! Let's get some dew in us there.
Going, baby.
I'm A-Dog.
And I'm Z-Man.
That's right. We're hopped up and ready for some... What do we got, dude? We're like a little over a month and a couple days to preseason
70
football.
days
70
till the
days.
start of the season, baby.
But preseason's like in a month, man.
Yeah, less than a month.
Woo! I'm going to drink to that shit.
Let's go.
All right. So going on with the Browns news this week. What do you got there, Z-Man?
Big news.
We got big news.
Well, just came across. This comes, I can't give the guy's name because it's a disclosed name.
Really?
Don't want to give it away.
Okay.
But he predicted 2 years before the Browns moved that the Browns would move.
All right.
So his prediction
was
today.
That you?
That wasn't me.
Probably me.
I would never want the Browns to move. But his prediction today, and I don't know who saw it out there in Cleveland land and nation, that no matter what the season, what they do this year, unless they win a Super Bowl, which, would be the gods, the fucking heavens would open up, and I'd probably shit a monkey out my ass.
I'd shit 2 monkeys.
But no matter what happens, they're going to gut this. Deshaun Watson, all of them. And one name that we've mentioned before. You could say it, A-Dog.
Joe Flacco. No. Oh, John Gruden.
John Gruden.
Woo!
Will be the next Cleveland Browns coach.
Would be awesome.
Woo!
I love Chucky.
So that was off and running today a little bit in the news, and when I saw it,
I love it.
I did shit my pants. I was like, unless a Super Bowl is won by this regime this year, which, the defense, everybody we put together could be a possibility, but they're going to move on from all this
bullshit and
maybe
Gruden.
John Gruden will be the Cleveland
How about
Browns
bring Belichick back? Although he's in the booth probably making a lot of money. I'd love Belichick.
But Gruden's a
too.
football guy, and he's in Sandusky, Ohio, and I guess he's been in contact with the organization, they're saying. I don't know how true that is, but the guy who predicted the Browns would move
all right
2 years before it happened.
I love hearing John Gruden in Cleveland. That's a great association.
2 Ohio guys, 2 Ohio fans, but all right, A-Dog.
All right, here we go.
Yes, sir.
So first off, I'm going to talk about this stadium ordeal. This is new across the wire. Today I saw a thing that they're worried about the traffic at the airport because that stadium and that complex is going to be right on the airport property, basically. Wow. So they're worried about, how airports are so congested.
Yes.
If you've been to airports, and I have been to a million of them, across the United States and Europe and fucking Canada, the traffic is absolutely nuts to get to your flight. So they're worried about that. So the next thing they're talking about, keep it in the city, Burke Airport. They're thinking of closing that and putting it over on that side. You know what I'm saying? You know where that little airport is?
That
Burke Airport? Right on the lake still, and it's still in the city. I don't know who was talking about it. It was, I don't know if it was the mayor. It was a young dude. I saw an interview with him talking about it, because they're putting a package together to keep the Browns in the city. They know if they
Where they should be.
Right. They know if they lose this team from the city of Cleveland, it's going to be a huge loss to that city. Huge. So they're talking about shutting down Burke Airport and putting it over there, which is cool. That's a bigger space, too. It's a huge area.
And in walking distance of the city where you can still fucking go to the game.
Basically across the street from the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame, basically.
Which would be awesome. That would be awesome.
But that was the newest thing on the stadium. And then I'm going to go on to the players.
Sure.
Nick Chubb, I saw a cool training video today from his trainer, a little snippet, one of those YouTube shorts. He's doing all kinds of stuff, moving. He's holding the ball, he's jumping and moving. So he says he's going to be ready game 1. What do you think about that?
Yeah, I did see the little bit of the video, and I also, they were talking about Nick Chubb being, He won't play in any preseason games, they said, which is great. You don't need him in the fucking preseason.
Deshaun either.
And they said he might be ready for opening day to play against the fucking Cowboys, which would be, woo.
That'd be awesome.
Yeah, you don't need those fucking guys, man, out there in preseason for nothing. Zero.
It means absolutely zip. Keep your heroes, off the field till game one. They've been playing football since they were 10 years old.
And Nick Chubb knows what the fuck to do.
He knows what to do with the ball. So, yeah, keep him under wraps till game one. He thinks he'll be there. Okay, also, Amari Cooper. The last time we talked about it, and it was right, I think the day or day after he said he was going to hold out for more money.
Yep.
And I'm kind of pissed still about that, and I know a lot of people are because everybody's about the payday, But, one thing about Cooper, he's the only receiver in franchise history. Think about the Browns to have 2,000-yard seasons back to back.
That's crazy.
Back-to-back 1,000-yard seasons. The only receiver ever. So, he's got a little bit of a point there. But, man, in this time, this day and age with money, I think about, with 4th of July coming up, our law enforcement and our military, and those guys get paid fucking squat to do the worst jobs in the world. And this guy's getting paid ridiculous money already to play a game. It kind of pisses me off still. So screw you, Amari Cooper. I don't care if he plays or not. We'll fill in with somebody.
I did see his quote that he said.
We got Jerry Jeudy. Fuck it.
I'm trying to get paid. Is his quote.
Go ahead.
That was his quote. I'm trying to get paid.
Which aren't we all?
We all are trying to get paid. And I understand your point, A-Dog, but at the same time, these owners are raking billions and billions of dollars. So the players are risking. It's kind of like considered, I'm a grunt worker in real life. Yeah, I'm a grunt worker. I don't get paid. Workers. I don't get paid like the owners of the place I work at.
No.
But, so the football player themselves, he considers himself, well, I'm fucking risking this and that. And I get it. They're billions and billions of dollars. It's $1 billion company, and it's watched by around the world. NFL Super Bowl Sunday. Think about the money the NFL makes just on that. It's crazy money. But you're right. Amari Cooper should realize where he's at in his career.
Right. He's not.
Do you want to go somewhere else, or do you want to be a Cleveland Brown? Where we're close, man.
Really close. If Deshaun Watson plays even like one-third of what he was in Houston, we might do something with this team. And then that's the other thing. You're talking billions of dollars. The NFL just got sued by DirecTV, wasn't it?
Or YouTube TV. Yes, they did.
How many? $14 billion, some ridiculous amount. So I don't know how that's going to affect.
And I'm a subscriber to it. We watch it.
You should get in on the class action suit.
But the thing is, now what I saw was, even though they got all that money, YouTube raised the fucking Sunday ticket by $100 from last year. How fucking crazy is that?
It's crazy. But they said if you get in on the class action suit, you will get a check.
And I should
$30
fucking do that, dude.
But they're suing for billions.
It is billions. And the NFL is going to pay.
Right.
They are going to fucking pay.
Yeah.
Crazy.
Well, and speaking of receivers, Jerry Jeudy, I guess he's killing it in camp.
Jerry Jeudy, baby.
He needs to kill it because especially if Amari Cooper's holding out into the season or whatever that idiot's doing. I really love Amari Cooper. He has played great. But Jerry Jeudy's been killing it. So
we traded for him for this.
Right.
He's going to be our number one, Jerry.
He probably will.
He will be our number one eventually. He's younger. And I believe that's the avenue they're going anywhere.
Yeah.
So I think that Cooper knows that deep down. He's got, maybe I got to get paid because Judy's going to take some. Oh, yeah, Judy's definitely the guy.
Well, he's going to be one of the guys, and he better catch some passes. But I've seen some film of training camp. He looks really good. But everybody looks great in training camp, just catching and running the ball. What do you got there, Z-Man? Go on, next topic.
We're expecting big things this year. What I saw were from Jock, baby. And he was a monster last year.
Right on,
so you
Jock.
take another step. But I love Jock. Jock's engine's always running. I did see something today, too. I didn't like it too much, is that with the other running backs we have in, besides Chubb, that Ford could be traded. He had, what he did when fucking Chubb went down, even in that Steeler game and beyond, he had 840 yards. And I don't never trade a guy. You got Jerome Ford, man. Don't fucking think about trading him. Though they're thinking the other running backs that they got and drafted. But I still like, you got Ford, man. He's a guy. He's a man, too. He's like a fucking beast.
Again, Z-Man said it when he came in last year. And for Chubb, he was the guy and he did it. He wasn't just, He was above average, for sure.
For sure.
You could get rid of him, and then you'll have some below average piece of junk behind Chubb if he ever gets injured or is out a couple games. You're screwed. So keep Ford. I don't know what their Cleveland mentality sometimes is so off from reality of playing football. I just don't get it.
Do not trade.
That's what
Ford,
pisses me
man.
off.
Don't trade. He had 804 yards after fucking.
Dumb.
You know, that was just a rumor that if these other guys step forward in preseason, but preseason is what?
Yeah.
Anybody can look like a stud.
Yep.
You remember Gay, the running back, and then he got hurt in preseason.
Ben Gay.
Ben Gay.
Ben Gay.
Looked like a stud.
Oh my
got
God,
hurt.
And that was it.
Ford proved he can fucking play the game.
Yep.
And he's a solid fucking player, man.
Right, and a running back like that, you think he'll just get better this year, right?
Absolutely.
I can't imagine him regressing because he was pretty damn good.
And I was kind of diving today through some Brown shit and something I came across.
What'd you come across?
And it's a stat I fucking hate, but
I hate stats, period.
our quarterback, who will be our starter, Deshaun Watson, has the highest rate of incompletions due to inaccurate passes over 2 seasons with us, and that means horrible passes. Instead of, he's at 43.9% of horribleness. Behind him is Tyrod Taylor, who gives a shit about him.
Oh my God.
Trevor Siemian.
Wash.
Names like that, but he leads for incomplete. Not that it's a big, who gives a fuck anyway, who gives a shit about that stat. But when I read it, I thought, man, so he's had some pretty bad. We've seen him at play.
We've seen him.
Some of the Steelers, what was that, a Monday night game,
yeah,
right?
the Monday night game was.
He was pretty bad in that.
He was pretty
horrible. And what else? You got anything else, dog?
Yeah, I got a couple things.
Let's
here.
go.
I've also, speaking of Deshaun Watson, supposedly now with what's his face coming in. Excuse me, I got a little gas here.
Jameis Winston.
Yeah, Jameis Winston. No, the fucking coordinator there.
Oh, Ken Dorsey.
Sorry, I couldn't remember the fucking name.
Developing his own offense for
this.
Well,
he's catering and developing the offense around Deshaun Watson. Gee, how fucking smart is that? That's what I didn't like about Stefanski. He's one of those Ivy League do it my way or the highway guys, and he had his stupid offense in there, and you see what it did. Not a hell of a lot. I mean, it did get him to the playoffs, blah blah blah. But you need to get over that hump. So I really like that Dorsey and maybe probably Stefanski are putting their heads together and making this fit Deshaun. Not trying to fit Deshaun in a box. Because you see what happened. This offense was actually better for Flacco, if you think about it.
Oh, yeah.
It was catered. I mean, Flacco's
he's a professional.
He's a pro, and he's done it, been there, done that. So he just plugged himself into that offense and took off with it. Deshaun's a little different. He's a little more freewheeling, too, when he gets in trouble. So they're going to cater the offense to him. So there's no excuses this year, other than another injury, that he shouldn't play his ass off and be great. If he's not, I'd say next year, just make it a wash. Get rid of him, give him his money, get him out the door, and get Gruden in. All right. I love the Gruden thing.
That is the rumor.
Yep. What else you got? Anything?
Yeah. Okay. There was talk going back to the ugly and shitty postseason loss to the Houston Texans with a rookie quarterback, and that was brought up again in the OTAs and how the Browns culture goes forward from that game.
Yep.
And they brought in, like you say, Ken Dorsey to help out with that. Vrabel will help out with that.
Vrabel's great.
This fucking core was Schwartz swag. Schwartz Stefanski, swag. Like you said, hey dog, no excuses. It's win it all for this crew or get deep. I think an AFC championship game with respectability will keep everything. But if they go out again, one loss. If they go out and not even make the playoffs.
Yeah, what if they don't even make the playoffs?
And there's really no talk. If you haven't seen anything about Stefanski's extension or Barry's, I don't even know if there's outs in that. Like maybe you got to succeed this season or that everything will be voided because we don't know. I didn't see anything that's been very quiet about it.
Right.
But maybe that's one of the reasons is because John Gruden is waiting in the fucking
wings. Or didn't they get their extensions?
They did get their extensions, but there was no terms. I didn't see anything.
Yeah, I don't know.
I didn't see anything like, they got 5 more years, 3 more years.
There might be like a one and done situation.
It might be like if you don't go. I think an AFC championship game is definitely where we have to go.
Yeah.
Otherwise,
or at least 2
what are you going to fucking do? Flub around every year in the.
Yeah.
You can't do it like that. We have to go deep in the fucking playoffs.
Well,
and win a couple. I think AFC championship game.
Yeah. Face it, the Browns are one of the teams, one of the few, maybe one of 3 or 4 teams that have never been to a bowl at all, even been in a bowl.
True.
So They got to get there. They just got to get there. And with this team on paper, this could be the best team in the NFL, really, other than Patrick Mahomes and the Chiefs. But
I believe so too.
I don't know. It's pretty disgusting to think that, this could all next year just implode this year, and then next year be back to square one again with this team. But I wouldn't be surprised. I've seen it.
But imploding, we have talent. It's not like we don't have talent. So I believe if this team flubs around, it's a hard schedule too. The schedule is fucking brutal. But if we can get in the playoffs and something happen, like maybe we lose a wild card, bring in a Gruden. Say you
I'd love Gruden.
Whitewash it. Bring in Gruden. Gruden could take them to the next level like he did the Bucks.
Yeah.
There was only so far the Tampa Bay Buccaneers were going to go and with Dungy.
Yeah.
And they knew it. Yeah. So they traded for Gruden and they went to a bowl that next year and won.
Yeah.
So there could be along the lines of thinking is how long are we going to watch this team just... Now listen, let's go over it. Stefanski, Schwartz, Vrabel, and Ken Dorsey. If that ain't an all-star, nobody in the NFL has coaches like those four guys. I don't give a fuck. I don't give a fuck.
And Dorsey himself is possibly a head coach. So there's like four head coaches, basically.
And Schwartz is was defensive coordinator of the year.
Yep.
Stefanski, there's no excuse. And Ken Dorsey, man, what he did with the Buffalo Bills, I don't care if the Bills fans say, this or that. He had that team in the AFC Championship game. And
they played all balls out against the Chiefs. It was just that close. It was basically the defense that blew it. But
so he's going to bring fire and shit to that team.
Fire and shit. I think Cleveland's already got a ton of shit. They just need more fire. But anyway, that's about all I got, man.
Yeah, we're what? Just excited for the season. We'll get once the training camp opens, we'll be back with preseason. It's going to be interesting here.
Preseason will be back to once a week.
And now that Gruden's name is fucking thrown out there.
I got to go look that up. I didn't see that. So that's great. I love Gruden as an idea for that. But Vrabel too. Think about it. He could just slip over.
He could
into head coach.
I honestly believe, and I said that who the fuck did the Patriots hire?
Oh, who knows?
Mayo, Jared Mayo, right, as head coach.
No name.
I believe that he'll be out, and they'll get Vrabel. That's my opinion.
Get him back to New England.
I think they'll realize that fucking Jared Mayo, dude. Who the fuck? Who the fuck? What? Who would hire him? Cheap labor.
Yeah,
now is Kraft going real cheap?
Kraft's going cheap, hoping to catch something.
But Vrabel will be somewhere next year, if not in Cleveland. Maybe he's an Ohio guy too, man. But I like. You know what? We're gonna get this 70 days.
Dude, if Cleveland does get to like a championship at least, win or lose, they may try to keep that whole freaking group together and make another push at it. But we'll see where it goes, man.
If we get to that is the goal, I believe, is right now is to win a Super Bowl, obviously, but an AFC Championship game will save all these guys.
Right.
Because if there's a John Gruden floating around who's already done it. Think about it. If Deshaun Watson can come back to some kind of form, that's better than fucking Brad Johnson, who he had with the Bucks.
Yeah,
and our defense will be that fucking Myles Garrett will be better than Warren Sapp.
Yeah.
So we could win a Super Bowl with. Think about Gruden coming in.
Yeah.
And winning a bowl. Not that it's going to happen. It's just speculation. I want to see these fucking cats win it all, though. Stefanski, because I do like Coach Stefanski and this crew.
Yeah. Well, I just want to say, man, the first game against Dallas is a big game. That to me, the first game of the season every year is a huge game, especially in Cleveland with Tom Brady, the all-time great quarterback of all time, the greatest, the GOAT, doing his first commentary on the game. They better win this game. If they lose this game, already the balloon's going to be hugely deflated because that just shows you they're not even to that level of the Dallas yet. And Dallas is the one that gets bounced out every year too.
And I believe it goes back to the year that Freddie Kitchens came in.
Yeah, Kitchens.
Fat Freddie. And he was our coach. And you actually went. He was at the game, the Tennessee Titan game, where we were. Oh yeah, and fucking Henry, they rolled us, and that
destroyed.
We were Super Bowl favorites with OBJ and
Baker.
Everything, and Baker, and we were ready to roll.
Baker shit the bed.
And it went into the shit pile that season. Went to the shit pile. So yeah, you're right, dog. This fucking game is fucking huge.
Win game day. 1. All right, let's do it. Let's give
him a little bit. Here we go, Brownies. Here we go. Roof, roof. Here we go, Brownies. Here we go. Roof, roof. Here we go.
Yeah! I was going to go one more time.
Let's do it one more.
Okay.
Here we go, Brownies. Here we go. Roof, roof.
Yeah! right, let's get this season going. Let's get the preseason in the fucking loop. Let's do this.
Training
bitch.
camp, everything.
Wow!
Shout out to Donna Ball, Matt
Shout it
White,
out loud.
and the fucking Rant crew, baby.
Right.
Woo!
The 2 Rant crew. Good night.
That was great.